Welcome to the Movie Pick, where my dad and his co-host do a deep dive on their favorite movies and all the things they love about them. Hope you enjoy this week's movie pick, recorded in Just Studios, and give us a rating, but only if it's a good one.
Monsters University, alma mater, we love you.
Good job.
You're welcome.
Good job. So if you don't know, that was actually the third time we did that because we had two snafus on recording. So the third time was the charm. You did good.
Yes.
You did good. So June 21st, 2013, Monsters University presented by Pixar and Disney drops. What are your first memories of Monsters University?
I was hoping you had asked that. So you said this came out in 2013?
By the way, I'm Dave.
I'm Tia.
Thank you.
You said this movie came out in 2013?
Yes.
Well, our son was born in September of 2012. So he was, probably not even a year old when this came out, but like as it came out to DVD and we could watch it at home, he was obsessed with watching this movie. So obnoxiously much that for years I couldn't watch this movie
Yeah.
because I was so tired of it. But now it's in a happy place in my heart.
And I think for me, one of my first memories was we had watched, before we even saw this one, we had watched Monsters, Inc. with him so many times, the 1st one. We'd watched it countless times.
So we were excited about this one.
I was super pumped to have another Monsters content to watch that was not Monsters, Inc., even though I love Monsters, Inc. And we'll get into which one we like better. But I was so happy to have something else. And I do feel like the story on the first one's a little bit better, but the humor in this one makes me enjoy this one more.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes sense.
I don't know. I think the first one makes you love the characters more, or like you already love the characters. And we all love learning a good backstory. So I think this just delves further into character and makes you love them even more.
So we'll get into this a little further in detail. But this is the rare time when I like the prequel, when I love the prequel. I'm not a prequel person, not at all. And so if you're confused for a second, prequels are when the movie comes out later, but the story actually happened before the first one. So 2013, Red Sox win the World Series over the Cardinals. And just off the bat, like right off the bat, I used to try to save the really hot takes or whatever till later on. But I know the whole premise of this movie, or one of the big premises or big storylines, is Mike not being scary. But if I'm a little 7-year-old and a one-eyed, like reptilian-looking creature walks into my room, I'm scared.
Anything that's not human that walks into my room, I'm scared.
That's what I'm
Let's be real here. I scare easy. So even if like my child walks into the room, I'm scared.
That's what I'm saying. Like if this tonight, when we go to bed, if our closet door opened and this little creature walked out, I'm not like looking at it like the little girl on the campsite. Like the girls that were at the camping thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at him like that and being like, huh, what are you? Or you look funny. I'm not thinking it looks funny. I am freaking out.
And they had a really hard job with these movies because we're talking monsters here that are scary enough for a child, but also not scary enough to scare your child while they're watching said movie. That's a hard job.
Yeah. Well, and I think one of the things they did really well, like with Sully, was the coloring. Like they didn't make him
A
look
friendly color.
Yes, like he was kind of this weird blue, kind of a aqua teal blue, with the purplish polka dots, and even
Homage to Barney.
Yeah, well, even Don Carlton, even with those polka dots, like he even commented on it.
Oh, you do a good Don Carlton.
I like Don. I like Don. Don may get a lot of action in this one. So IMDb had this one at 7.2. The first one they had at 8.1. Where do you land? Like I've already
I think that's accurate.
Okay, so you like the first one more, or do you think the first one's a better movie?
It's a really hard question. I feel like I like the second one better.
Yeah.
But like those scores seem accurate to me of like how other people in the public feel.
Sure. So I would agree with that. And here's me and Beaver had this conversation when we were talking about Rocky 4. Like, is it a great movie or is it a fun movie? I think this is both. I love this movie. I like and enjoy this one more than Monsters Inc., the first one. But I feel like Monsters Inc. is a better movie because of Boo. Like, I think she brings so much heart.
Oh, we used to have a little girl at church that looked exactly
Yeah.
like Boo.
Yeah.
And I always think of her when that comes up.
Yeah, but I think it just kind of fit. The story of the first one's a better story, but I love this one and the humor, so I enjoy this one more. So if I needed to watch, if I could only watch one of them today, I'm watching this one. So the runtime, I love a good runtime, is 1 hour and 44 minutes, which was a little too long for me.
I knew you, and I bet you I know what scene you're going to say that you're going to want to cut, Mr. Ruben Pfeffer.
Well, that's not insurance.
No, you're
It's just
actually
editing out. Yeah.
you like to chop everything. I know what you're going to cut out, and I
Towards the
agree
end.
with you. Yes,
the
the whole campsite scene.
Yeah, it drags at the end.
Yes.
It really does. It pulls an elf. It drags. And so like if I had my choices, I would cut that a little bit towards the end. But I also think most animated movies, there's a few that are there's never absolutes with these statements. I think most animated movies should stick to 100 minutes or less, preferably around 90. I just think that's kind of the sweet spot is around an hour and a half because they are targeted more towards kids. But even like with adults, like this, the best made animated movie can't hold my attention as long as the best made like live action movie. So I would rather watch a shorter animated movie personally. But so the top 5 domestic 2013. This is top 5 movies for 2013 grossing wise. Number 5 was this, which I thought was really cool. Big year. Number 4 was Man of Steel, which we've talked about. I've had quite a few people want to cover that one, which is the Superman movie from 2013. Number 3 was Despicable Me 2.
Okay.
Number 2 was Hunger Games Catching Fire. I think
Makes
that's
sense.
the second one.
Yeah.
And then number 1 was Iron Man 3. Like this was when Marvel was dominating like every year.
Everything.
Yes. And I think that there was only 2 Marvel movies that year. Otherwise, there'd probably been more. But that was a good top 5. I mean, Monsters Inc., Man of Steel, Despicable Me 2, Hunger Games 2, and then Iron Man 3. The director, did you look up his name?
No.
I don't know how to say it necessarily. It's Dan Scanlon, it looks like, Scanlon.
Okay.
Only 2 movies so far. He's like 49 years old. He's only directed 2 movies.
He's a youngin in the director
He
world.
is. He is. But both of them I loved. And it had like a lot of the writing team on both of these movies, but he did this one and Onward.
Oh, okay. So big one for him.
Yes.
Good for him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he did one other like live action thing, I think, in like
I
2009.
need to watch Onward again.
I really like it.
I need to give it another try because when we were talking about animated movies this weekend with people, everybody was like, "Oh, my heart" in that movie. And
That's
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Like
That's
I remember the funny parts, but I don't remember my heart being crushed melting.
Right. No, it's a great cast too because it was Chris Pratt
Yes.
and Tom Holland. So
Yeah, so I need to give it another go.
yeah, I think we do. And then a lot of the people that worked on this, like a lot of the writing team, was also on Big Hero 6. So the people that were involved in this,
Is
and
Big
then-
Hero 6 Pixar?
no, it's just
Okay.
just Disney.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. But you can see like I want more from this guy.
Yeah.
Like the movies he's worked on, I just want more from him because he's done a really good job with both of those movies. Now, one thing I did look up because I thought this was pretty interesting because, like we talked about, I'm not a big prequel person. Rarely do I think the prequel is better than the original. So I looked up. Now, this is by franchise. The top 10 franchises or top 10 prequels. Money wise, like
Okay.
money making wise. So, and help me explain this correctly. So, like, Star Wars is on this list, but I'm going to only give the number of the highest one that made it. So that way, because I'm not going to list out all 35 Star Wars or like movies because like 7 of them are Star Wars. I'm
Yeah.
only going to mention Star Wars once.
Okay,
so
so
it's ranked
franchises.
ranked by the franchise. I'll list the movie that was the highest, but ranked by the franchise. So
Okay.
Prometheus was number 10.
I don't even know what that is.
Alien.
Okay.
So it's a prequel to Alien. Really confusing. Like I watched it, but really confusing. Number 9 is Bumblebee, which
Oh
was
yeah.
a Transformers
Oh yeah.
prequel. Really good one. I actually liked it. It's probably one of the best of all of those. Now this is an interesting one. 8 is Oz the Great and Powerful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Eh.
Like that's the one that came out with James Franco, and I think it came
Yeah.
out this same year, maybe around 2013.
Weird.
It was a weird one. I enjoyed it, but it was a weird one. Number 7 was Puss in Boots.
I'll go with
You
that
know,
one.
happens before Shrek. Number 6 was this Monsters University.
Love it. I'm shocked that it's at 6.
Number 5 is probably one of my favorite prequels, if not my favorite prequel of all time, which was X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Oh, okay.
But it was kind of a cheat, and we're not going to get into that. But it was kind of a sequel and a prequel because it does time travel. And I
You
know
know I love that kind of stuff.
I know I
Just
could
kidding.
lose you really quick on
Yeah.
time travel. Number 4 was Fantastic Beasts.
Okay.
Number 3 was The Hobbit.
I thought that was going to come up at some point, and when
Yeah.
you were saying you don't like prequels, that's what I had in my head was like, but you love The Hobbit.
Yeah. Number 2 was Rogue One, which
That's
was part of Star Wars. Yep. Phantom Menace was number 3. Like that, just going into Star Wars, like for a second, like it was right behind it. Like so, there was a lot of the Star Wars, I think, right there in the top 10. And then number 1 was Minions. Thought that
Oh,
was interesting.
interesting.
I know. Thought that was
I
interesting.
think that says a lot for them beating out Star Wars,
Yeah. Just for an individual
Harry
movie,
Potter
not total.
franchise,
Yeah.
and Lord of the Rings franchise when
Yeah.
it comes to a prequel.
Yeah. It's not in total, but it's just for that one singular movie. Minions, according to this list on IMDb, was number 1.
Interesting.
If they're wrong, you can let me know. Now, what works to you about this movie? Like when you're thinking about Monsters University, just in general, what to you are you like, oh man, this is what I love about Monsters University?
Okay, so a couple of things like casting wise, like especially because it's an animated movie. One thing that works for this, and they were able to do the prequel, they didn't have to recast. It was literally all the same cast. They didn't have to like age anyone because it's an animated movie. So it's all the same people. I really love, what's his name? Boggs. Not Randy Boggs.
Randy Newman?
No, his roommate, Mike Wazowski's roommate.
Oh, Randall.
So I was right.
Yeah,
Randall Boggs. I love learning his backstory because behind every bully and mean person, there's some kind of story there. Like, there's a reason that you are the way you are. And I love that we get to learn his story.
Yeah, because he was a jerk, and the character played by Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
He was a jerk in the second one, and like one of the villains, not the main villain of the second one. I'm not going to spoil it if you haven't seen it, but he was a villain in the second one. And in this one, he starts out as like the nerdy guy that is making the cupcakes.
Cupcakes for people.
And they were like, what did they say? Like, be my Dow, because he had the one cupcake upside down.
And then it turns into lame.
Well, yeah. And he's like, oh, that would have been embarrassing. It's like,
you made cupcakes for a fraternity.
Yeah, that would have actually been embarrassing all the way around. Don't show up with the cupcakes. Stuff like that. So I love the humor in this movie. Like this one is so much funnier to me than the first one was.
Well, they knew that they had already succeeded.
Yeah. Chet is one of my favorite characters.
The crab.
Yes. And we won't go to it yet, but I didn't even do a best quotes section.
No, we already have it.
He has my favorite quote. And so we'll get to that one later. But every time that guy talks, he makes me laugh. He reminds me so much of Sean Astin's character in 50 First Dates. And I think it's the way they talk, but he just, like, I could see Sean Astin if they ever did a live action.
He's cocky and doesn't have a reason to be.
Yes. If they ever did a live action of this movie, if they could take just Sean Astin from that movie and put him right on set for this, that would be perfect to me.
Yes.
I love, there's a ton of quick one-liners, but I love the running slug that's trying to get.
Oh yes, that you're like, whatever happened to him, and then they show him. Is it after the credits that they show him again?
Yeah,
like,
still going.
Still
Going.
Can't make it.
Yeah. I think another thing that works is just one thing that Pixar does, and Landon and I talked about this a little bit with Toy Story 2, is the first Monsters movie, Sully is the heart of the story. Like, he's the main character in that story. Sully is. and it's all about him and his relationship with Boo and figuring out that humans are not toxic and that, humans are good. In this one, Mike is the heart of the story. Pixar does that a lot. They switch it up. Like Incredibles, the dad was the main character in the first one, the mom was the main character in the second one.
I think another thing that works is, in the first one, they're both the main monsters.
Mhm.
They are successful. They
Mhm.
are all those things. And this is a how did they get there?
Mhm.
But, you see other monsters in Monsters Inc. But like we delve into other monsters and other monsters' problems and what all they deal with, and
Yeah.
like you get to learn other ones that could be your favorite. And they had they had favorites too of like, they had the trading cards
Yeah,
for
I like
different
that.
monsters and stuff. So it's cool to like see other monsters and let your not just ours, but those animators' creativity fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and like Mike as a kid, I loved it because every single one of us, no matter how cool we are, has had at least one situation in life where we're left out. And we
Yes.
know how it feels. And so like the scene when it's opening up and he's a little kid and his cousin doesn't even know him. When he's like
We're car riders.
Yeah.
We're in the car rider,
Yeah.
the carpool together.
Yeah.
We're cousins,
Yeah. And he ends up having to be partnered up with the teacher.
which wasn't his first rodeo.
Right. Like us again, and it did crack
He calls her by her first name.
Yeah, don't call me Karen. And I think the funny part about that is too, and another cool thing about the teacher, that was played by Bonnie Hunt,
Yes.
who has been in like 8 Pixar movies.
Oh,
I think
really?
she's second only to John Ratzenberger, who's been in like all of them. He even showed up, I think, in a special clip of this as the Yeti, because he's like in every one of them.
Oh, okay.
I love, and I think you had some notes about the college, and this is where I want to get to that a little bit. I love the world building that they did in this.
Yeah.
Like creating the college. And, they went on the writers and the animators went on different campuses.
Yeah, and they studied the architecture.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Monsters University, like the school, was modeled mainly after UC Berkeley.
Okay.
And specifically, they have the Sathergate. I think it's either Sathergate or Sathergate. That's what the big arches that you see where they walk in under Monsters University. UC Berkeley has that, as well as they call it the Campanile. I think it's the bell tower. That's also from UC Berkeley. But then the Carnegie Mellon School, they based that, or they used it to base the School of Scaring after Hammershag Hall from Carnegie Mellon. So the School of Scaring is based off of it.
Gotcha. And there was something with the statue.
The statue, and the student, you saw both Sully and Mike touch the foot of like a statue that you see, and that is a tradition from Harvard to touch the left foot of John Harvard for luck. That's something that they do there, so they mimicked that in this movie.
Well, and one thing that I'd read too for that, they even discolored the foot a little bit because
after being worn so much, it's worn from being touched so much.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I thought that was really cool. But all the different monsters that they created, like in the first one we saw a lot of monsters, but this one it felt like we went even further.
And we learned how to use different talents and stuff because they teach. What's your guy's name? Your
Don
favorite?
Carlton.
Don Carlton. How to use his octopus suckers to climb stuff and use it to your benefit. And that's what Scare School is all about, really, is, not one roar does a scarer make.
Right.
We need to know specifically what these children are scared of. And let's use our talents where they'll benefit us most. It's not all the same for everybody.
We need Landon back because that teacher is played by Alfred Molina.
Yeah, which blew my mind.
Yeah,
I did not realize that was him until I looked it up.
Yeah, and Landon did such a good. You listen to me now on the Spider-Man 2 podcast. We're gonna name that category after, I guess, the Landon quote. Landon quote. Listen to me now. But all those things were awesome. But one of the main things that carried are Billy Crystal and John Goodman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just their chemistry together is so good. Like, they are the peanut butter to the jelly.
Yes.
Like they work so well together, and I love the fact that they, like you said, they show us their origins, but it's also showing like Sully was the privileged one, Sully was the cool one, He was the guy that didn't have to work hard to get what he had, and Mike was the opposite because they even had a scene where they were going to show his parents,
Oh, really?
but they wanted to show him, but they changed their mind because it was going to be like the parents taking him to school, but they changed their mind because they wanted him to seem even more vulnerable.
Oh, okay. Like his parents aren't that supportive and
Right.
stuff. Because I
Right.
actually thought when I was watching it, I was like, we never meet, like you hear about Sully's dad, but
Yeah.
like we never see their parents. I'm curious about their parents.
I-
Also, scientific question here. I know we're talking about a monsters movie, but like when monsters procreate, like do the amphibian monsters have to be with the amphibian monsters? Do the furry monsters have to be with the furry monsters? Does your girlfriend have to be the same?
Well, that'll be a timeout for the parents to have.
I'm just
conversation.
curious. I'm just curious, like
I'm actually not sure.
the genetics of monsters.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm
talk
not sure.
DNA here.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you always bring up the points like that, so that's fun.
Like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. What happens when we mix their DNA?
Life finds a way.
Yes. You get to use it in this movie too.
Yeah, I get to use it here. So this was Randy Newman's. He did the score. This was his 7th Pixar movie.
I was about to say, is he like the poster boy?
He's royalty for them. Like he is like, call in Randy. Randy can do this movie.
Tell him to whip something up.
Yeah, but this was so good. Like the alma mater music, like that you were singing in the beginning, it was so good. Like I love the music in the first one. They kind of use that again.
In case you were curious, there's the screen version of it,
Yeah.
and then there's also an album version.
Nice.
And what I sent you with like all the verses,
Yeah.
legitimate song is the album version.
But they use like I don't know, the Monsters has like this weird kind of jazz sound to it. But when I hear their music, I know it's them. Like I know that it's Monsters University or Monsters Inc. One or the other. The animation in this, like I don't know if you remember this, and this is my weird brain and how it works. I remember the first time we watched this, and it gets to the scene on the football field. Not when they're playing the football game, like with the big huge monster that ends up winning that out, but when they're at the final scare competition, and they get there and they're like kneeling over, they're ready to race each other to get there to scare the fake kid. The grass in that scene, I don't know if you remember me commenting
No.
on that. I remember the grass in that scene looking so real. It was crazy to me. So the grass there, even though I do feel like the movie gets bogged down a little bit during the camp scene with when Mike goes to the real world, or maybe we're not the real world. Who knows?
Ooh,
But
you pulling that whole time travel crap again?
no, that's not time travel. That's going
probably-
X-Files.
Yeah, that's mixing all in it.
Yeah.
Quantum, all that realms,
We're
all
about
the
to cover an episode of Lost next.
Oh.
But like so when he goes to the real world with the humans or the other world with the humans, the animation at the lake, like the water looked so good. Like that was crazy. And then if you look at Sully's fur,
I was gonna say something about Sully's fur, especially when him and Mike move into the frat house and Sully gets the top bunk and he was like, "You shed," and he was like, "I do not shed."
Yeah.
And he flicks the bed and all of Sully's fur falls. Like I think of when you say like the animation in this, like that's what I think of.
Yeah.
Is that scene?
Yeah. Also, just the side characters in general.
Love him. I love him.
Particularly,
Don Carlton.
well, the Oozma Kappa.
Yes.
like-
and we are okay.
Like I love everything about them, and we're gonna have some competitions with those guys later.
Good.
But they are.
I'm a big believer in side characters are what make it. Because even though, like, you know, Dorothy in Wizard of Oz is the most famous of all, but there always has to be a damsel in distress. And the side characters are what make it, what makes the story. And that's the same case with this. Like, Mike and Sully in a frat by themselves is boring.
Yeah. Well, and the cast of those characters, like the cast of those side characters, I mean, you had Charlie Day, you had Joel Murray, who played Don Carlton.
I recognized his voice right off the bat.
So a lot of people, when I first saw it, I thought it was Brian Doyle Murray. You know, there's a bunch of Murray brothers.
Oh, yeah.
So Brian Doyle is the one that was in like Christmas Vacation and Groundhog Day.
Oh.
This is not him.
Yeah.
This is the other
This
brother.
is the younger one.
Yeah, Joel. Helen Mirren, so I read one thing that they offered her the part and she made them let her audition instead of just giving her the part because she was like, make sure that I'm right for the role.
Interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. We already mentioned Steve Buscemi. Sean Hayes and Dave Foley were Terry and Terry.
Yes, I looked that up.
Yeah.
What about, there's the guy from Mandalorian too. He plays the main guy in the Omega Roar fraternity.
That I'm not sure. I know Nathan Fillion, I think, was Johnny Worthington.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion, I think.
I'm gonna look that up.
Double check me.
Aubrey Plaza, yeah, and like I feel like they made her monster after her.
Oh, she was definitely like her Parks and Rec character. I'm blanking on the name of that Parks and Rec character, and this is
April Ludgate.
I was about to say, this is when somebody listening to a podcast goes crazy because they're like, "How can you not think of this?" But was he
looking it up
Are you
now.
looking it up? John Krasinski was the voice of the monster that Mike first sees at the beginning.
Yeah, I'm right. Nathan Fillion is in
That's what
Mandalorian,
I said.
isn't he?
He's not. No, he's not.
Oh.
He may be in it, but he's not. Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian.
Okay, I don't know what I'm thinking of then.
Yeah, it's okay.
My bad.
That's okay. But that cast, like when you listen to just those side characters and that cast right there, that's crazy. And so, talking about Helen Mirren, did you read anything about how they based her character?
No.
So her character, which she's Hard Scrabble. So in case you haven't watched it in a while, she's Hard Scrabble. She's the dean. She's not that there's no antagonist in this movie. Like there's not a good guy and bad guy. She would probably be the closest that we would see to an antagonist, but she's not an antagonist. She's just
the bad guys themselves.
It is. It's actually their egos are the bad guys. Yeah.
Let's get deep.
Yeah. So at first, she was supposed to be a male character. And they changed it because they were like, no, we don't have enough female characters. Plus, we just want to change this up for this one. So they made her into a female, but they were trying to figure out what's the way to how do you make somebody scary in this world of scarers?
Let me tell you how. Those nails on her,
Yeah.
and she is a flying bug.
Well,
she's got like a centipede bottom. That would be my monster, in case you're curious. What monster would come through my door is her.
Yeah. Yeah. So they actually brought in a giant centipede and had it like in this Rubbermaid looking thing for the animators. And it was a huge one. Like I saw a video of this giant centipede that they brought in. And the handler told them, he's like, if it bites you, it will not kill you, but you will be in enough pain that you will wish you were dead.
Ugh.
So
I got bit by an ant once from our kid's ant farm. That was enough for me.
Oh, that was a weird kind of ant too.
It was like they sent us like toxic ants, and I didn't realize it, and it was already dead. And I thought after it's dead that they don't sting you. Turns out they do. Let me do that PSA.
Yeah.
That stinger can still get in you even after they're dead.
I feel like people learn so much from our show. I hope that people are listening.
We are educational.
Because, now
PBS, pick us up.
Because of Elf, everyone should know what to do if they ever get scratched by a raccoon.
Yes.
And now because of you and the ant,
don't pick up dead ants.
Well, especially an ant like that. Like if you buy the ants with the weird gel stuff and all that, don't.
Ant farms.
Yes.
Online.
Another thing that worked, and I was so glad that we waited till today to record this because I was, again, good friend of the show, Landon, and good fan of the show, Katie, spouses. I was talking to them this morning, and they were talking about one of the things, they love this movie. And they fit right into one of my notes.
Okay.
Which was, kids that were like 4 to 6 when this came out were going to college when the second one.
And they feel like they're going to college with them.
Yes. So
they're growing together.
So like Monsters, Inc. came out in 2001. 12 years later, 2013 is when Monsters University comes out.
Here's a question. Like going along with that. What year did Toy Story 3 come out?
2010.
Okay, so like right before that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the kids that were going to college that year would have been like...
What kind of math are you trying to do?
I don't know. Like between Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3. Like,
it was about 11-year gap. Yeah.
So like, would they be going to college with them?
Yep.
Oh, crush the heart.
Yep,
Good
the math.
job, animators and Disney and writers.
The maths. Yeah, it maths up because 99 was when they made Toy Story 2. And then 2010 is when the third one came out. So there was like 11-year gap. So yeah, I know our nephew Jackson, he's talked about that. Like he he kind of grew up with Andy. Like I think
And then
Jackson.
these other kids grew up with Monsters Inc. and
Uh-huh.
Monsters
Uh-huh.
Oh, good
And
job.
Jackson's like I think the same. I think the fictional Andy would be the same age as our nephew Jackson, or right around it. But yeah, Landon and Katie were talking about how like this movie kind of hit home with them because they were going off to school at the same time Mike and Sully were. Landon might have even had a class with Mike for all I know.
I
But
wonder what fraternity Landon should be a part of. We'll ask him
okay,
later.
he'd be okay. But so this movie, one thing I love about it. Now, this is from an adult perspective, and a kid would not necessarily love this. But this was not the feel-good movie. This was not the you can achieve anything you want to just because you work hard enough at it.
No, Mike worked as hard as he could.
He was not a scarer. Like he just wasn't. So, and again, being an adult, I could have played baseball every day from the time I was 4 years old till the time I was 18, every day. I was not going to play Major League Baseball. Wasn't going to happen. Like it just wasn't part of the cards for me. And I think what I loved about that is even though Mike did not become a scarer, he did figure out what his gift was, and Sully helped him figure out what his gift was.
And not just that, even before Mike became the star of Monsters Inc. And figured everything out, he was still super successful in what he did for Sully. Like he loved what they did so much, he was going to find something to be a part of it still.
Well, and yeah, I mean, he's the whole reason he orchestrated the whole scare to get them back, from the human world, because they didn't have a way back. And so he's the one that, put all of that together schematically and schemed to make it happen. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made it back. So again, Mike was using his brain, which was his gift. And then in the second one, he's kind of like the guy in the chair.
Exactly.
For Sully.
That's what I'm saying.
But then he becomes the main guy.
Yeah.
Because they end up finding out that laughter's even stronger. So then he's the one going in and telling jokes. And maybe Sully isn't that funny. So I love that it was a find your skill set and find what you're good at. But that's an adult perspective.
He was also really happy with whatever he got because at the end of this, when they get in the mail room, they're so excited.
Yeah. I do love that. All right. So a little bit of trivia, and then I think you've got some questions.
Yeah.
So the line when Mike is asleep on Sully's hand, and he says something about, I know you're a princess and I'm just a stable boy. Yeah. So that was a reference to Billy Crystal's role in
Princess Bride?
In The Princess Bride, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I thought that was really cool. So when they first started working on this, because they started actually working on this really quickly after Monsters Inc. And it was intended to be a sequel and not a prequel. And it was
How would that work?
Well, it was going to be called Lost in Scaradise. Like that was going to be the name of the movie. And it was going to be about Mike and Sully going back to the human world to get Boo like a birthday present or something like that.
That's dumb.
Well, I don't know. I mean, again, you read it on paper, it's dumb. And then when Pixar puts their touch on it,
they're magic.
They do. They make it good. So it probably would have been good, but I'm glad with where we landed because I love this movie. And I don't think we don't get Chet without this movie. Also, the hairy monster that was teaching the Scream Can design. If we're about to go.
Is he that guy that like is always so boring with the deep glasses, or was he just mimicking him?
So it was a play on the Bueller.
Oh, okay. That's what I was curious about.
Yeah. So I could not let that go by since we've covered Ferris.
Yes.
Without mentioning that guy. So he was the one teaching the Scream Can design that was, right when they got kicked out of the Scream class or whatever it was.
The scaring program.
The scaring program, that's right. So, last one, the pizza plane, or Pizza Planet, not Pizza Plane.
The truck.
The truck. Did you notice?
I saw this, the Easter egg, because I was looking up Easter eggs.
Yeah.
That it's in front of a frat house, isn't it? When one of the times they get together for the.
It's when they stole the pig.
Oh,
that's when they stole the pig. Yeah, you can see the Pizza Planet truck house. It's like when Mike has almost got it wrangled. I think.
That's cool.
Just thought that was cool. Now, I believe you had some.
I got
questions.
logistic questions.
Okay, logistic questions. I like it.
Does each door belong to a specific monster? And the reason I asked this is like my instinct was they just, click next and the next door shows up and they scare a kid. But when Mike Wazowski is a kid and they go to the scare factory for a field trip and John Krasinski's monster goes into a room, if you look at the kids' toys and the artwork he has, that kid has drawn a monster on the piece of paper, and it is John Krasinski's monster specifically.
Yeah. Yeah. So I can't remember if it's the first one or the second one, but I think they do call them like their kid. Like, that's my kid. Like, so it's not that the monster has that door, it's that door always leads to that kid. And I think each monster has certain kids that they work with, probably based off of their skills to scare them, or continually scaring them. Like,
Yeah, I think it's a continual.
Yeah.
Like, we're only going to hit you up so often, kid, but
Right.
you're going to be on the rotation.
Yeah. Well, at that point, they thought they needed it for power. Like, that's how
Yes.
they powered everything. Yeah.
Okay. Next question.
Uh-huh.
Does Sully overheat in the summer? I would say 90% of the monsters you see in this movie are furless.
Yeah.
So you don't see that many with fur. So does he overheat?
I think that's probably for animation reasons. They didn't want to do that many fur because it was the hardest.
That's probably a lot of work.
It was so for like one movement. Like, I watched some of the ways that they did the animation for the fur. It was the hardest thing they did.
Wow.
Because they would have to have and I don't know the words. I'm not scientific. There's like thousands of these things for each movement that he was on screen.
Wow.
Because they went so much more realistic. Like, I know I think Toy Story 3 or 4, when they have RC, it's in 4, when they have RC getting like stuck in the gutter and in the mud, like, they waited to do that because that's when they could make the water look that good.
Cool.
And so, like, I think in the first Monsters movie, they didn't quite animate his fur as well as they did in this one, just because they couldn't do it then. Like, they just didn't have it then. And it would have taken more than what they even had. So for this one, like, that just took so much just to do animation. So that's probably why.
Okay.
But I would say he would overheat a little bit. He's probably like a Great Pyrenees, where he, has like a winter coat and then like sheds all of that off, because he obviously sheds.
He obviously sheds.
Mike let him know that. Which, his fur looked like pine needles when they did that.
They
Like,
do.
it didn't like
That's
float
cool,
down.
though.
Yeah, it was.
I have one more question.
All right, I'm ready.
What is Squishy's mom?
Or what do you think? You didn't even answer. Like, what do you think?
No, I'm asking these because I don't know the answer.
Oh, I don't either.
Well,
Just
I
theorize.
thought you were a monster expert.
No.
So here's my last question. What is Squishy's mom's backstory? Because when she drops them off for them to go see the Scare Factory together, she says, I'll stay in the car and listen to my music. And she turns it on. It's like death metal top stuff. She lives on campus in a frat house. Like, I know they turned it into a frat house, but she lives on a college campus on fraternity row. So I feel like there's some backstory there.
So, like, I saw a reel the other day that it was Drew Barrymore. And I think there's even one out there with Alicia Silverstone. And it's like, it shows under the caption, it says like, Mom, what were you like in the 90s? And then it starts showing them in the 90s.
I would be curious to know Squish's mom's.
And how crazy. I would say Drew Barrymore in the 90s is a great comparison to what
Squish's mom is like.
Squishy's mom was on. Like Drew Barrymore was jumping on top of David Letterman's desk.
Yeah.
And dancing around crazy.
Pre-children.
Yes, all the stuff.
Yes, like domestic life.
If you read Drew Barrymore quotes from back then, they were pretty crazy, and so I would say
she's got a crazy past. You can tell.
Yes, I think the mom. There's probably some hidden ink under that dress.
Or moo-moo.
Yeah, under her.
That's a dress.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Moo-moo.
Yeah, there's probably some hidden ink under there that she's covering up, so Squishy doesn't see it. I definitely think she has a past. Definitely think she has a past, and probably an interesting one. All right. So, any more questions?
No, that's all I got.
Okay. Any thoughts before we get to the competitions?
No.
Okay. Or the scare games.
I mean, I have a competition for you, but you can start.
Okay, I'll start them off. Which Pixar solo? So, meaning, which Pixar movie that there's only been one made of so far deserves a sequel? I have a list. So you don't have to.
Yeah, I would prefer that because sometimes I struggle with knowing what's Disney and what's Pixar.
I understand. A Bug's Life, WALL-E, Up, Brave, which I always had in my head as a Disney, not Pixar.
Yeah. Because we assume that she's a Disney princess.
Mhm.
Are you sure this isn't Disney? Because she even, for real, when you go to Disney World, she is one of the princesses that you can go see.
I'm
No,
90%
Brave
sure.
is Pixar because I looked it up. You're
Yeah,
right.
okay.
You're right.
Good Dinosaur.
Ugh.
And I know y'all said there was going to be a Ratatouille 2. I didn't see anything about a Ratatouille 2. There's a Coco 2 coming.
Really?
Yes, I
Oh,
had
good.
Coco on the list, but then I took it off since there's a sequel coming. So I'll go over them again. Which Pixar sequel-less movie deserves a sequel in your opinion? Bug's Life, Wall-E, Up, Brave, Good Dinosaur, Ratatouille.
I'm going to say Ratatouille if there's not really one coming.
No,
Is that AI bait, clickbait that we've been looking at?
probably.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
It all looks so real.
Yeah. Even though I love Ratatouille and it's in my Mount Rushmore.
I have a second choice.
Okay. What's your second
Wall-E.
choice? Okay. Yeah.
I want to see them rebuild and where that goes.
Yeah. You would not guess this one. I would actually like to see A Bug's Life.
Okay.
I loved A Bug's Life, and I love all these movies. Like, there's not one on this list.
They say like Queen Ant and like the Queen Bee and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you think Flick becomes Queen or King Ant?
I think it would be really interesting. And like when, so Bug's Life was really early on, and the last one for me would be Good Dinosaur. I don't need to see any more of that. But so A Bug's Life, even with our show, like when we started it, the first few episodes were going a certain way, and then it was like, okay, let's change it, and you kind of learn. A Bug's Life was Pixar's second movie they made, and not that they didn't know what they were doing then, but if you watch their movies now, they know way more of what they're doing now with their stories and the writers and the directors and the acting. And so I think that given a second chance to revisit that world, I think we get a really funny movie and a really good movie and a lot of really good characters. Does that make sense? So that's why for me, A Bug's Life now, I would go for a sequel for any of these. Like, give me another Up.
Yes.
Let me revisit Mr. Fredrickson and Russell all day long.
I got bad news.
Well, I know Ed.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, probably.
Not the real guy.
Yeah.
I have a feeling if they did another Up, like Mr. Fredrickson's dead. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, then I don't need that. Then.
Okay.
I don't need to cry. But even like Brave, like any of those movies, I would go. Besides Good Dinosaur, no interest. But yeah, for me, it'd be A Bug's Life out of those. So I think you had a competition that you wanted to do.
Okay. What is your favorite scare game? We've got the Toxicity Challenge, which was in the sewer. Don't Get Caught, which is in the library.
Mm-hmm.
Don't Scare the Teen, which is in the hay bale maze.
Daddy, I love him.
Hide and Sneak, which was in the frat house. And that's when they get really good at using their
real gifts.
And then I'm not even going to include the last one.
The scaring the fake kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can include it.
Okay, sure.
It's not my favorite.
What's your favorite?
Like favorite, or which one would I be most scared to do?
No, favorite.
Favorite.
Well, I'll ask this. Favorite, and then which one you're scared to do. So what one was your favorite to watch?
My favorite to watch, just because of the silliness and having a teenager, was Don't Scare the Teenager.
Okay.
But I also love the running through the glow urchins.
The Toxicity Challenge?
Yes, because it gave me 3 of my favorite Don Carlton quotes back to back to back.
Okay, let me hear them.
And we'll go over those in a second. Like that's in a competition.
That's my favorite scary game. Is the I laugh the whole time at the Toxicity Challenge.
I love the Toxicity Challenge. It's the funniest one. But,
Squishy's booty cheeks.
Yes. Like that's the one. I mean, but all of them are good. Well, the first few are good. The Don't Get Caught by the Librarian is really funny.
I love it.
When they start, using their own
Hide and
gifts.
Sneak is probably my least favorite.
Yeah, or Scaring the Fake Kid. Like, I don't know. There were still some funny moments there. Like when he's like, what was it the guy says to Don Carlton? Okay, then. I love it. All right. So yeah, my favorite was, I guess, Don't Scare the Teenage. I don't know. It's the Toxicity. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Toxicity. Sorry. All right. Favorite member. So favorite Oozma Kappa member. Besides Mike and Sully. We're leaving them out.
I'm going to say Terry and Terry.
Okay. They're your
I'm
favorites?
Terry with an I, and I'm Terry with a Y.
Yeah. What is it? Misdirection. Mine was Don Carlton. Like, yeah. But I like them all 4 of them. Like, I think Art's first intro, like when he rolls in, he's like, I want to laugh with you and love with you, or whatever it is.
Cry with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you here? I got you a dream journal.
Dream
like those.
journal.
Yeah. Like all of them are really funny. Squishy is
Out of all the sewers, this is my favorite.
yeah. And I love Squishy's like, Mom, can we stay up late? And make a fort or whatever.
Yeah, we're going to build a fort.
Yeah. So all of them are hilarious in their own rights. And the 4 of them collectively, to me, are what separate this from Monsters Universe or Monsters Inc. Like
Yes,
they
that's
are
what I said. Like, you learn so many other monsters that just build it for you.
Yeah. They are the dividing line for me liking this more than Monsters Inc. But my favorite of them is Don Carlton.
Of course.
And the fact that he marries Squishy's mom made me think of Stifler's mom, if I'm just being honest with you. And then, all right. So if it were you, you're going off to school.
Yes.
Which fraternity or sorority do you think you would fall into?
I know which one I'd fall
Okay, so I've got the list before you just go.
Okay.
You got the Oozma Kappa.
Yeah.
You got the Python Nu Kappa, the pink.
Oh, okay. That's not what. Okay.
You got Roar Omega Roar.
Yeah.
Roar Omega Roar. Yeah, that guy. Slugma Kappa, which is like the eek. And then the hiss, which is like
Zeta
the snake.
Hiss.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Oozma Kappa. I'm probably an Oozma Kappa. I think the pink one would get on my nerves.
I don't see you as a pink one. I could see you in the hiss one.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's not a bad thing. I can just see that. The Oozma Kappa was a bunch of nerds. I don't see you there. You're not a nerd. I would put me in the okay one.
I think I'm in the okay.
I put myself in the Oozma Kappa, striving to be in Roar Omega Roar. Just wanting to get there.
Probably I'm not even attempting Roar Omega Roar.
Yeah. Favorite quote from this movie?
I think that there's no denying what the favorite quote of this movie is.
This guy hates charity. Like
that's the best quote of the movie.
And
if anybody here listening thinks that there's a better one, I want them to email you.
There's some really good ones. Like I said, like Art with the Dream Journal. The only competition for me was him among himself. Like, ooh, like I'm just everything he said. I loved everything that guy said. And talking about Chet. But this guy hates charity. I use that, I would say at least on a monthly basis.
Yes.
I say it at least once a month and have ever since we saw this movie. Like any chance I get to use that line, I say this guy hates charity. And I try to say it in that voice, this guy hates charity. Like, I love it. All right. So which Oozma Kappa member's strength would you least like to have? Least like to have.
Oh, I know what it is.
So there's Dawn's stickiness.
Yeah.
There's Squishy's sneakiness. There's Terry and Terry's close-up magic and dance. And then Art
What's Art?
He has an extra toe.
Oh.
Not on him. Remember, he's like, not on me, of course.
I think Squishy's is the most boring.
No, I don't want the extra toe. He says he doesn't even have it on him.
I don't care.
I don't know where, like, he just have somebody else's
it's in
toe.
a jar. Hey, I have a gallstone in a jar.
But it's your gallstone. I don't want somebody else's toe anywhere in my house. All right. So I'm definitely going with
Squishy.
Yeah. No, I like Squishy. Squishy reminded me of, what was it, Mr. Deeds, John Turturro's character.
Very sneaky.
Yeah. It made me think of that. Like he would just show back up. And they're like, that's a pun. An accidental. I was going to say, that's a sneaky good quality to have as a monster.
Look at you.
Is to be able to, yeah, that was not on purpose. All right. Favorite Dawn quote. Was it the toxicity race?
The toxicity
so
challenge.
There's cheese and crackers. There's that one. There's a mustache. And then there's Salisbury steak that hurt. Which every one of them made me think of Chris Farley in Tommy Boy.
Yes.
Like every one of them. So again, there was cheese and crackers, son of a mustache, or Salisbury steak that hurt.
Cheese and crackers.
I love the cheese and crackers. Like it's so usable. And it's now that I went back and like saw it and heard those and everything again, like I'm using that one.
You're gonna put it in your everyday.
Cheese and crackers are going into the everyday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So souvenir from the movie. We haven't done souvenir in a while. It's been a while since we did this. An Oozma Kappa sweater. a Monsters University hat, like Mike had, with a little rip on the front. Like I almost bought one of those. I don't know if you remember when we were at
Yeah.
Disney, and now regret it. It'd be a cooler story if I'd bought it. But I almost bought one of those like Monsters University hats, like the baseball cap. Art's Dream Journal, or Don Carlton's business card that's crossed out and says Scarer.
I thought you were going to say a canister, the scare can.
Oh, see? That's why it's not just me on here. So that's a good one too. What do you got?
What was the first one?
So there was the Oozma Kappa sweater, like Squishy wears.
I'm going to go with that, but one up that, like, I've seen at Disney the Oozma Kappa hat, like that Squishy wears. So I've struggled with not buying that myself when I'm at Disney. So I'm going to say the Oozma Kappa hat.
Even though, and I take every opportunity I can to hone in on the green and gold. Every chance I get.
Seattle Sonics is not coming back.
There's actually talk. There's stuff happening this summer.
Oh my God.
Fingers are crossed. But
cheese and crackers.
So every time though that I can have a chance to get green and gold, I'm usually after it. But I love the Monsters University hat.
Yeah.
Like that
cool.
that would be the one for me. All right. So we're gonna rank the Pixar duos. You have to rank them.
Oh, like partners?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Besides Woody and Buzz. 'Cause I think they are like the ultimate number one.
They're the poster child for.
They're the Michael Jordan.
They're the Lucille and Ethel.
So you have to rank these in order that you like them.
Okay.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5. So it's not a huge list. So there's Mike and Sully, obviously. There's Lightning McQueen and Mater. There's Marlin and Dory. There's Remy and Linguini. And then there's Joy and Sadness. So who would be your number 5 out of those?
Who did you say right after the Cars one?
Marlin and Dory.
Gonna go with that one as my last one.
As you like Lightning McQueen and Mater more than Marlin and Dory?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Learning things. Every pod it seems. So Marlin and Dory is your number 5 out of that. Yeah. All right. Who's your number 4?
Then Mater and
Lightning McQueen.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao. You just hurt Jace.
I did. He's gonna be mad at me after this.
So Marlin and Dory's your number 5. Lightning McQueen and Mater's your number 4. Who's your number 3?
Tell me my last 3 left.
There's Remy and Linguini, Joy and Sadness, Mike and Sully.
Linguini.
Okay, Remy and Linguini from Ratatouille. All right, that's your number 3. All right, so Mike and Sully are your number 2.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, really?
Like if you're looking at duos, yeah, Joy and Sadness will then be number 2, and Mike and Sully will be number 1.
Interesting. Okay.
As far as duos, that's not like my favorite movie in order. That's my favorite duos in order.
Yeah, because when we were talking about movies that did not have a sequel up until a couple of years ago, until Inside Out 2 came out, that would have been the one I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have beat out A Bug's Life. And those two hold up. Like they're probably both 8s in my mind. Like both of them were equally same footing. All right. So now we are getting to, or I guess I should rank my 5.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. So 5 for me would be Lightning McQueen and Mater out of that list.
Now Avery's mad at you and Jace.
Yeah, he is. 4 for me would be Marlin and Dory. So we both had 4 and 5 just flipped. So Lightning McQueen and Mater would be number 5. Marlin and Dory would be number 4. Joy and Sadness would be number 3. Mike and Sully would be number 2.
I figured Linguini would be up there for you.
Remy and Linguini would be number 1. Yeah, for me. Again, actually, you know what? No, they would be number 2. Remy and Linguini would be number 2. Mike and Sully would also be 1. Yeah, love Mike and Sully. I mean, in all reality, again, Woody and Buzz are number 1. All right. So, your Pixar Mount Rushmore. Because I've already given mine on the Toy Story 2 episode. So, you don't have to worry about me. So, first, let's talk about your outside looking in movies.
Those are the ones I'd put on the cutting room floor?
Yeah, like you love them. So, the outside looking in list is like, man, I love this movie, but it just didn't make it in the top 4.
Okay. Right. Got it. Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Has a special place in my heart as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brave.
Okay.
And Monsters, Inc.
Okay, those are your 3 that did not make it in.
Yeah, they're at the bottom.
Now, when you say Monsters, Inc., that means Monsters University would not go in, because you can just use monsters in general.
No.
Does that make sense?
I don't want to.
You can do your thing. All right.
You let me do it the way I want to do
This
it.
is
That's
your
not how you
list.
presented it, so that's not how I made my list.
This is your list. You do what you want to do.
I did last time too, and all y'all got mad because I only had 3 on my Mount Rushmore because I decided that there's only 3 heads on my Mount Rushmore.
That's just crazy sauce. The fact that you
to make all y'all happy, I have 4 for my Mount Rushmore.
Yes. Well, I would have made you put one of the other ones in if you didn't, because the Adam Sandler, what she's referencing, the Big Daddy episode, the Adam Sandler Mount Rushmore, she only had 3. I'm like, the guy has 30 movies. Surely there's one
I
other.
didn't feel like all of them were worth it.
So you're still waiting on. He has a video out that says something about like, I'm going to make 50 more movies and 25 of them will probably be good.
See?
So
He's got bills to pay.
So you're waiting on the 20. One of those 25 will make your Mount Rushmore, I guess, for Adam Sandler.
Yep.
All right. So what were your Monsters Inc. was on the outside in? Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brave.
And Brave. Yeah, those are all 3.
And then I got 4 ready.
Yeah. Okay. What you got?
Toy Story as a whole will go up there.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Up.
Yeah. I love Up.
Monsters University.
Yeah. As well it should be.
And Inside Out.
I could have easily guessed that one. Like if
Love it.
Yeah. And I know if we do another Pixar movie, you and I didn't I give? I think I gave you the option.
This is an option.
Yeah, I gave you the option of Inside Out or Monsters University. I mean, I was afraid of Inside Out because I didn't know if you'd start crying on Inside Out.
No.
But
it's a good one.
It is a really good one.
Even my therapist says it's mind blowing.
Yeah, yeah. Would you whenever we do it? Do you think you'd rather do the first one or the second one?
First.
Yeah.
I like the first one better.
I do. I love them both.
Although I relate, obviously, with anxiety in number 2.
Yeah. Well, any final thoughts on Monsters University?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for following. And just remember, this guy hates charity.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to bump us up in the algorithms. You can send my dad any suggestions of movies you'd like for him to cover at themoviepick@aol.com. Thank you for listening.